this. So, all right. But yeah, so I don't know how long I'm going to be on for right now. It's May 30th, you say? I like how I feel like the file size here was not what it says it is right now. It was a lot smaller. For me to load this up and do like 2 races and be like, all right, next game, bit of a time commitment. This thing was hardwired right now, like hooked into an Ethernet cord, and it wouldn't be taking this long, but it's not. So here we are. My dog is ripping at my bed sheets, which means if he keeps doing that shit, he's getting kicked out. He has ripped up 4 pairs of my sheets. Like the fitted sheet. Okay, they're not expensive. It's just the fact that he does it. And for like a couple of days there, I usually don't have anything else to put on the bed. So he'll rip them up, I'll put another one on, and then he'll rip that one up too, like a day or 2 later. And all of a sudden I'm just like, oh, well, I guess I'm just out. And he ran out of the room. He's a fraidy cat. All right, let's go. Make sure this is still set up to retro. It probably isn't. It is. Okay, we're good. I'm nearby. Got my mic off right now because of dog sounds. I will cut the camera on like a weirdo. We'll do this. Actually, let's leave it like this for a second. And yeah, this will let me fix my volume. Looks like 20 is the magical spot. Okay. Let's try this out. Yeah, there's no sound right now, in case you're wondering. Like, it costs nothing. I can't believe I missed that before. Oh, I remember this. I can't do this. I can't do this because my car is too slow. Oh, what a waste.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
Definitely remember this. We're trying to do this and be like, I really can't catch up to them. We do a perfect lap. Horsepower. It caps out at 200. I'm at like 100. Oh, I'm hoping I can get up to it. Probably not. Oh, enormous screen. You see him? Push.
Finish!
Not in last. Whoops. Yeah, the microphone filter. Alright, let's see. Two points. Cool.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
Frame rate. Frame rate just dropped right on that corner right there. There's too many cars at once. The action is too intense. Nice. Oh, fourth place. We're good. We're good.
Finish!
Okay. Said, well, not worth it for that update. That's all good. Oh, I meant to look something up before I forget. That body cam game went up in price to like a unconventional price. 33, 32. The fuck is that? Whatever. Thought I have. I'm looking at something on my computer. I do. Strange. All right, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Skyrogue in the house. We played Skyrogue since 2020. So I selected the game, right? I don't understand why this is how this works. This is fine. Whatever. What? I don't want to do this from here. How do I start a new game? I haven't played. This is the last time I played. This is 2020. Like, do you want to continue your save? Or it's not even asking me. Let's just play. Whatever. Do it. There we go. Much better. I don't know if it's a good drone or a bad drone. I don't. Ever. Probably a bad drone. You should know. Should know. Got him. Pushing the stick though. Wait, is this not my base? That's just a base. Whatever. Pajama Sam, that's a name I haven't seen in a long time. There's a retro podcast I listen to. The Classic Gaming Today. Yeah, Classic Gaming Today. They do a weekly episode covering a game, just talking about it or whatever. It's not like the most in-depth thing. It's also like kind of brief, which is nice. But their most recent episode is on Pajama Sam. I think those games are available on Steam. Listen, that's what they're calling it. this. It's just like real life. That's the animation. You see nothing, but I just did a barrel roll and first person. Got him. Only Tom Cruise is with that. Perfect landing. Music's about to get very, very, very bad. Loadouts. I think Aero Lab is where you can research stuff. Let's see how this is. Gun, rocket. I think that's anti-air. The heck is a turbo micro missile? What are we doing? Yo, this thing is no good for this. Surprise. The light fighter is no good for a mission where I'm designed to be going down on the ground against all these we're good. Just gotta make the most of what I got. Oh my goodness, they're like all over the place. Holy smokes. Wow, I'm just barely missing. And the fact that I can't do a loop kind of sucks. Son of a gun. I was too focused on trying to take that one thing down. Let me lower the game volume. Pardon me. There we go. I didn't order a personal fan. All right, let's see. Actually, time to move on to another game. Still okay. Slay the Spire. Seems like it would be a bad game. If I get into that, if this is the time I actually play this and get into it. As you can see, I have 0 minutes. I think I played maybe like 5 minutes, but on Switch. If I was to get into that here, it seems like it would be unfun to look at. I don't know. We got Robo Beat. Let's give this a shot again. This is one of those games that came out a few weeks ago, and I feel like it came out, got reviews, like good reviews, like overwhelmingly positive or whatever, and then it disappeared because Steam, I think I understand why they do it, but they don't show you the ratings for games. Like, you can't sort it on Steam by like overwhelmingly positive games. It would be cool if you could. You can view top sellers, discounted, new and trending, but yeah. Man, I'm pretty sure I can resync the music when I need to. Death projectile, whatever. We're doing alright. Take it. I don't know what that is. What the heck is this? I think that's my parry. Forgot. Man. I got wrapped up trying to switch tracks. Yeah, we're good. Bread arts. I can make this game make sense. Every time I try to play this game, I start getting slightly into it, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, I don't understand what's going on here at all. Usually I can't see something, or I don't, like, the controls stop working properly, or something bugs out. Like, there's, when you go to the tutorials, half the time it just auto completes. Hmm. It doesn't give me an option. Nothing there. We're switching it to spot 1. Same thing. Yeah, I don't understand. As I mentioned before, there's always something weird with this game. Even playing it on the PC, it feels like it's just like bugs out quite a bit. Hey, what's up? I'm trying to. Game here is such a struggle, dude. I don't know why it's like this. Always does this thing where it loads like a blank profile, and then later on all the buttons will pop in. I don't. If you saw that, it just happened a second ago. It's so weird. This game is a mystery and an enigma, as the cool kids say. Try some more time. It seems cool, man. Seems cool. Maybe this will fix it. I'm going to unplug my controller. Now there's only the Steam Deck hooked in. Wishful thinking. Oh. Still have nothing. Okay, we're good. Look at that. The D-pad is what's letting me select the missions here. So, alright. I bought there's DLC for this game. And I feel like this is one of those games that's made by like maybe 1 or 2 people or something, so I get it. I don't understand what I'm looking at here, because Stalingrad, Overlord, and I think the Battle of the Bulge, I think are all DLC missions. But they're here. And like if I go into like this, okay, it shows you there. I was gonna get Stalingrad because that actually sounded like the most interesting one. And I was looking, I was like, wait, the Battle of the Bulge, that could be cool too. Oh, I didn't realize that France needs its own DLC too. I don't understand what this is. It says locked. So I don't know if they want you to... Maybe they want you to go through and finish it, but I feel like it's randomly generated. It's such a weird game, man. But at the same time, again, it seems like potentially cool, like the kind of game that if you got into, I could definitely see somebody being like, I played this game, I put like 500 hours into it. You'd be like, that game? And, you know, maybe they show you and you're like, I don't understand it, and you play it yourself, and at some point it just clicks. That's how I felt about Dragon's Dogma, where like, I heard Dragon's Dogma was good, and I played it, and I was like, I don't understand it. Tried it again, didn't understand it, and at some point it just really, really, really clicked with me. Alright, didn't ask to be squad leader. I'm gonna be squad leader. Eliminate enemy forces and take control of the marked area. Look at this compass. Now my understanding is that this up here is probably where I should try to get to. Maybe. Game lets you play in first and third person, which is pretty cool. The problem is when you play in third person, that view is useless, man. Let's go Hooey. That entire team gone? I think they managed to push up the beach. So if you look at the controls in the bottom down there, you have X is reload, right stick is melee, whatever that is menu. Change view and map are the same button. To change view, you have to stand still. I think if I hold it, it goes into the map. It's the weirdest control scheme. Because if I also tap that, that's how I run, but I have to be moving for it to work to let me run. Again, if I go into this view, does not seem as useful as the other one does. You can make this game look better on PC. I can make it look better here too, but I don't think it ever ends up looking amazing or anything. I was trying to figure out how to get away from him. I had to press the menu button. Alright. Attack objective from direction. Detailed instructions. I haven't really seen anybody. The only person I saw that I was about to shoot, I think, was a friendly. There's shooting going on up here. I can't tell who's who. That's a Nazi. That's a Nazi. Maybe that guy up there. But I need to not be in the middle of the road. Maybe I gave him the wrong kind of syringe. Maybe I needed to make sure it had something inside of it before I just gave him a syringe. Let's see. I don't know how to take somebody as a prisoner. I guess I'll just let this guy stand. Alright, whatever. Hmm. When I see people advancing up a hill in my direction from a distance, I'm going to assume that they're probably on my team. My vision's getting blurry occasionally, like I'm getting shot at, but there shouldn't be anybody here because they're not in this building. This person went down. What happened? So it looks like they need... Is that a German? Whatever. Oh, it's showing you the icon for what they need. Alright, so this guy's in this window here. Boy, if only I had gyro aiming. I don't even have trackpad aiming right now. What is this? He's dead. Aw, man. It's doing pretty good. I think, maybe. I guess I just go into this, whatever the hell this is. There's a timer ticking down, but I don't know. Aw, man. Mistakes were made. I mean, it wasn't really. It was definitely not really a mistake. I was gonna say, I don't seem to be able to fire that sniper rifle, even though that guy is literally sitting right in front of me. Alright, I see the other guy now. Guess I'm going forward. Hmm. He's there in the grass, but I can't move the sticks enough. Got him. There's another one there somewhere. I see that. It's right there. Okay, you can. Okay, you hold down to hold your breath. What the tooltip said. Man. Alive. Whatever. Let's go forward. Okay. Are they reviving each other? Or they just surrendered. Okay. Let's go down here. Move and hold. Where are we going to? These maps are really big. I mean, as they should be. It's just, you know, for a game that's... again, I cannot say for sure, but it feels like a lot of these missions are just, like, procedurally generated. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's just, like, go up the hill. Go further up the hill. Okay. But now go even further up that same hill. There's also the AI that you get here, which is just a bunch of people walking in a straight line. And me being unable to identify targets because of all the grass. Oh boy. After this, I'm probably going to load up a emulator. I don't know if you saw that or not. That guy headed straight at us. And behind us too. There on both sides. We're just sitting on this hilltop. We have the superior position. Commit a war crime. Yeah, I don't. Alright, so I did that. And you have campaigns. So weird. I don't know if locked means that he's still adding stuff in. I don't understand, man. Do 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 do. There's like random corners of my room that I can't vacuum, and I'll go to like I was trying to screw something into the wall in my closet, and the screw slipped. So I go to grab the screw, I reach down, I just go like just this, just two fingers, and I pull up this big fur ball from all the hair that my dog has shed. He's not even like long haired right now. He's got clips, but it's from before, and I guess he's still kind of shedding some. Wild, man. Dogs, pets in general, but yeah, dogs. I'll wake up some days and like feel all stuffy and my eyes are hurting and stuff, and I'm like, oh man, I must be sick. I just realized like, nope, it's just the dog. It's just the dog. Chicken. You set this to easy and you set the time all the way down, and then you just flow, you blow through the game as fast as you can. This is how you unlock characters. I remember playing this game, a ton when I had my PS2. I mean, I got one now, but like when I was a kid and I was still in high school, um, especially before Tekken 4 came out, and just finding out like, oh man, there's so many characters you can unlock, and there's all these different modes and stuff. I think this has Tekken Bowl, but at some point I got tired of like trying. Let's see, if I don't want to try, I'll just pick Brian. Anna Williams. Let's see how this works. For some reason, this is one of those games that's always had weird issues in emulators. Like, when PS2 emulation was starting to get better, this game still ran really bad. Got him. Me accidentally making the entire thing crash. See if this works. Namco. Look at how much better this looks. Nice. Always love that kick because that startup is it's really bad. The lean back. Get out of town. Eddie looking all dismissive over there. Got him. No escape. No escape. Hmm. I was waiting to die right now. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that was gonna be the combo grab. Oh, that's any better. Shit. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Amazing. They both have it. They both have that same thing. I still get hit with it. Disappointing. Oh no. I'll take it. I'll take that L. Oh well. They're dysfunctional. She kicked him in the nuts. Man. Do 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 do. Boy. It's so disappointing how there are games that I would love to play that I technically can't play because I know they'll get picked up and, muted. I'm probably about to break that rule right now. Alright, so we got let's try to force 16.9. Enhancements. Go to 720p. Let's lower that down just so it runs properly. Axe, advanced, general. Um, Okay. Smash Bros. I keep forgetting I have Beautiful Joe on here, man. Rhinestone. Let's see. Rhinestone movie. I think it's got Stallone in it. Sylvester Stallone and Dolly Parton. What a weird match. What a weird match. Somebody looked at that and was like, we got it. Man, Sylvester Stallone has been in some movies. I got close to installing Soul Calibur 6 on the Steam Deck. Like, what I'm probably going to do at some point, which is going to suck, I might go through and delete like almost all the ROMs I have on here, and then go through and curate them better, and have like, you know, maybe like 100 for Super Nintendo or something like that instead of having all of them. At the moment, the problem is that I've got so many. This happens on everything. You get so many games where like you don't know what to play. Okay, I see all of that. I still don't necessarily understand how they end up in Star Wars land in Soul Calibur 4. Shoot. I don't know how to start the game.
You are not even worth killing.
Hmm.
Namco.
Disappointing. Close this window. Okay, let's try this out. Maybe this will have magically fixed it. I think it did. I don't think it did. It did. Alright, we're good.
Versus Xianghua. Her graceful sword dance cuts through enemies.
Don't worry, Talam. Believe in yourself.
Battle 1. Fight.
Man, old Soul Calibur is so pure compared to that dumb the whatever the clash system is they added in Not 6. There's no armor breaks or anything, it's just a straight up fighting game. Ah, it's so nice to just go back to just a plain fighting game. We're good.
Versus Nightmare. Hungry for...
Calm down, Talam. Okay.
Offer your soul.
I don't think I'll do that. That felt good. It felt good. It's like old days. Yeah, punk.
Final battle. Fight.
I remember playing with people that were like into this more than I was, and seeing people play as different characters, and you know, that's when you learn like Astaroth is like to be feared and respected. Guy, he had all these moves that were like slow, would force you into a ring out. Hey, what's up? Gotta use that block button more.
Battle 2. Fight.
It's great. It's a thing that you start off with and you're like, ah, it's whatever. I can play the same things on my computer. But the thing is I can unhook this and I can go sit outside in my front yard and play games on here. And for me, as a person that streams, it's really nice to, I've got a capture card, but it's really nice to be able to just stream PC games or emulators on here and not have to worry about, you know, tying up my computer with all that stuff too. Like, I end up using my computer now for like anything that's like more in demand. Let's say Dragon's Dogma 2. Or, you know, people play, I think people have played Cyberpunk on here like all the way through. Hundreds of hours. But if you want Cyberpunk to look better, you can play it on PC, or you can also use, if you're home, you can use GeForce Now, or a place with good Wi-Fi, and still play that on here too. It's pretty great.
You win.
Pretty great.
Battle 2. Fight.
I Steam Deck. The other thing about it is I have a actually it's right here. Let's see. Got a Steam controller. This thing, people had all sorts of complaints about it, including myself. And then I found out how to use the trackpads and how good the trackpads were. You can use it to kind of like flick like a trackball, and it makes playing certain first-person shooters a lot easier. It's kind of like if you ever play Switch games like say Splatoon, and you use gyro controls, and you're like, in the beginning you're like, oh, this is useless, and then once you start getting adjusted to it, it's hard to go back. Having the trackpads on this thing is so cool. There's so many little things about it that I'm just like, man. I'm not gonna say it's one of those that they thought of everything, but it's close to that. Like, I didn't realize if it shows up on the stream, you got buttons in the back of the thing too. It's L4, L5, R4, R5. I don't really use much, but it's cool to have their, you know, all these other consoles have their pro controllers or whatever. This is built into the Steam Deck. Nice.
Versus Maxi. His soul burns violently for vengeance.
Please, let me through.
You're all the same. Battle 1. Fight.
Go.
Battle 2. Fight.
I got the I got the LCD, but I got the they did that price cut. So I have the LCD that was maybe 256, whatever one's like $400. Internal memory on mine filled up super quick, but that's all good because I got I think I actually had a few SD cards that were ridiculously big from the old phones. So I used that as my primary storage. People say upgrading the memory isn't that bad either. I thought about getting the OLED, but I've got a Switch OLED, and I'm not the kind of person that like notices major differences in displays like that. Like, I'll notice HDR in a heartbeat, but OLED versus non-OLED, like, you're like, oh, look at the black levels, but play games that look like this, so doesn't really benefit me as much. I'm sure if I played like Rainbow Six Siege and maybe like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like stealth games that are out there. Anything that's got a lot more dark colors, probably notice it a lot more. But you know, me, I'm gonna go ahead and back out of here. Go ahead and close it. Like, if I play a lot of emulators, I don't know. Looking at the how deep the blacks are in the background of Contra is not really going to benefit me in the slightest. I got the same issue with the Switch where like, ah yes, this does look really good in Hollow Knight. I'm going to go load up Super Mario Brothers 2. Not benefit from this at all. Yeah, man, it's a really cool thing. Steam Deck is a thing that I swear, like, when I got it, seemed useless. It was just the thing that I wanted to get because I had heard about it and I was interested in seeing how it performed. And then I'm still thinking, you know, when I first got it, I'm like, this thing here This is not. I've got it comes with a case. This is not portable. You can take it with you. If you have a bag, you can take it with you. I take it with me to work. Sometimes I'll leave it in my car. Sometimes like I've got a file cabinet that works, so I'll put it in there. And I can pull it out for breaks or whatever. But with the Switch, as big as like I have the OLED Switch, as big as the OLED Switch is, it's flat, so it actually like it'll slide in my pants pockets as long as they're deeper pockets. This thing doesn't even get halfway in. But I do. But I didn't play any of those games. I think that's the one that has is it Jean Reno, guy from The Professional? I didn't play Onimusha 3. I haven't played any of those games. But I remember seeing the advertisements on the back of like Game Pro. I actually got a handful of magazines, by a handful of 50. But I got those. Yeah, there are guides. I really, off the top of my head, I don't remember what I did to get it to work. I've got like full ROM sets, but there's a lot of guides on how to set up EmuDeck, which is what I'm using right now. You can also just use RetroArch is available on Steam, so you can do a lot of stuff with that too. I've got Retro Achievement signed in, which is up. Well, sorry, why the little pictures in the there. Let me reply to this message. Just a second. Okay. Okay. Let's pick the character nobody picks in this game. The guy that has no benefits whatsoever. You pick Mario when you're first playing this game because you're like, yes, it's Super Mario Brothers 2. After that, once you realize like, oh, Princess can float, that's your go-to. You're like, oh, Luigi can do long jumps, that's a go-to. There's weird people out there that are probably like, I'm gonna play as Toad because I like how fast he can pick up things. But like, in general, nobody's picking Mario. This game, unfortunately, it's Monday. What is that, 138? So it's Monday. Anyway, I have memories of waking up on Saturday and just like playing this game. My brother just take when I was a kid. He grew out of video games. He got an arcade one up that he really wants. But it's modded, and I don't think he'd understand how to fix it. Oh man. I saw that thing coming towards me and I was like, I didn't want to pause. I could have just pressed this button here. Can't do that in all modern games. Anyway. Yeah, I've heard of that Battlesera thing. I don't know, I haven't really looked into... I just looked into EmuDeck because it was the one I had heard about on podcast listen. It's actually... My problem with EmuDeck is that it is almost too easy to set up, so if you need to make any adjustments, sometimes because it tries to force its own settings. Like, I've been a savage lately. As you can say, or as you can see right now, I'm playing this in the proper resolution. Probably not pixel perfect, but it's 4:3. I've been playing emulated games in 4:3 for a very long time. when I was younger, I used to play everything with all these crazy filters on, stretched out to full screen. I've been trying to go back to doing that. This because I've had people ask me like, oh man, how come I can't see the game on the whole screen? So I've been playing the game stretched out, but press the 2 buttons here to try to get into the menu and it just throws everything up. That's a problem with this. With sometimes does that. If I Nope. Oh well. Anyway, like I said, that is one of my big issues. Like, I mean, it does a lot of stuff, and it's hard to like get it to function how you want to. I use Launchbox on my computer. You can go in there and you can actually just manually load up RetroArch and make adjustments in that. But on this, not so much. So what I end up doing sometimes is I'll actually just not use this at all. And I'll use RetroArch out of here. Which, if you know how to set this up on PC, it works the exact same way. Just kind of put the ROMs on the device, search for the folders, and then you're good. Hopefully this isn't going to give me any weird issues. Don't know. No issues though. Hold on. Right back. Okay, we're good. Oh, what was I using? Oh. Yeah, sometimes I'll just go in here and just like, because at least this way, whatever settings I make stay. There's a lot of stuff with the MU deck, like you have to use the launcher in desktop mode to kind of get everything set up the first time. Sometimes that forces settings in, like it asks you like, oh, do you want to use this at 14 or sorry 4:3 or pixel perfect? I want to go full screen, and for some emulators it doesn't have the option there, or some cores. So if I want to be a complete monster, I can't do it. Here to our rules, which I can't let the machine tell me what to do. Speaking of which, let's see if this is up. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Again, there's a lot of like YouTube tutorials out there, so they help for sure. Yeah, I've been using emulators and stuff since like the late 90s, so a lot of this stuff, like as time has gone on, you just kind of like learn things. I think it's worthwhile. I think it's a really cool thing to have. I've been trying to talk some people into getting it that want to try PC games but don't want to have to worry about building a computer. Like, you can't play everything on a Steam Deck, You can play a lot of stuff on the Steam Deck though, especially if you like older games too. The one downside I've seen so far with it, in terms of like modern PC games, is games that use, I think, there's an anti-cheat. I think it's like easy anti-cheat. Those don't seem to work right now because they don't work with Linux. But that's not... There's not really much you can do about that. It's how it is. I'm assuming they are always working. Hello. And this music in this game, there's a game... If you're familiar with Dance Dance Revolution, there's a game called Beatmania. Beatmania is the one that has the weird turntable and like the piano keys. Anyway, when I was trying to learn how to play that, like, I still suck at it. I'm awful at Beatmania. Great at DDR, awful. Somebody had made a beat map or whatever, like a song, and it was just this. And you were playing it using like the keys, and it was super cool. Also, they had mapped all the sounds to the buttons, so if you messed up, it sounded completely awful, which was the best part. I was a kid, I was trying to figure out what those are. They look like they could be ladybugs. When that one is going up on the left over there, it looks like it also be slightly racist. It's just a weird racist black guy's head, which is not beyond Japan to do. Don't make me sound like I'm crazy. Not like Mr. Popo doesn't exist in Dragon Ball. Everybody's here. He was the one character that, like, you know, once I learned, like, oh, he can jump extra high. Wow, he must be awesome to play as. And then I was like, well, if I can just fly, why would I want to jump high? That's not nearly as cool as Peach being able to just float for seconds. And his jump is also, like, weird. When I was a kid, alright, so I don't know if we owned this game. I know it was a game that was always around when I was... But, the first time I remember finishing this game, I had, I didn't realize that, you know, Ort is the boss. I owned, the, what's it called? The, Super Mario All-Stars for the Super Nintendo. And because I was a dumb kid, I bought the strategy guide, which nowadays I'm like, man, I bought a strategy guide for Mario, which is just go to the... But it helped me, you know, it was cool to see all the stages because I didn't have the patience to really play the game. I don't know if it was the patience or what, and how to explain that part. But there's a lot of games that everybody that, you know, finished because maybe you play it for like 800 hours or whatever, like every day after school, you come home, you play it for a bit because but you never finish it. Meet that one kid who's really good at Nintendo, people would say back then, and they, you know, they can. But anyway, reading the strategy guide, I think there's like a level where you have to go through like a pipe. You go through one of those like pots and it's full of sand, you have to like dig up certain paths. That's all it helped me with. I just showed you why, just a second. If I die again, it's the masks. It's the weird, creepy mask faces. That's 100% it, because this game, that and this music right here is kind of unsettling. I'm not going to say everything in Super Mario Brothers, the original one, feels friendly, but it doesn't feel as scary as this one. Jump too early. His jump is so floaty. It's It's what it's supposed to be. It does what it says in the tin, but man, is that a bad. Wait. Got him. Got her. Got her. Pride Month. Go. Let's go. There's also these weird, like, mask things. There's just a lot of, like, visuals in this specific game that are just, like, you don't see them, I mean, for obvious reasons now. You don't see them in any of the other Mario games, and they're just kind of, like, Shy Guys. Like, Shy Guys aren't really... I know they're in Mario Kart, but, you know... Anywhere else. Like, I'm wearing, like, creepy masks. Telling you, it's not this stuff, it's just, you have the weird underground stuff, which does feel creepier. But when the mask guys show up and you have to get a key to like an exit and they're following you, and you think like, alright, I'm gonna go out of the screen, and then they continue to follow you everywhere you go, as a kid, this is scary. I need to find a list, I'm sure somebody has a list of like persistent enemies. You play the game and doesn't stop following you, no matter where you go. Metal Gear has it. Like the original Metal Gear. I had somehow forgot about. Or no, I don't think it's Metal Gear, I think it's... No, Metal Gear 2 has it. Come on. Breaking my balls. Sorry, I said Metal Gear 2. I'm sure Metal Gear 2 has it. What I meant was Snake's Revenge. Oh, that was worth it. Oh, no. Oh man, I picked the thing back up. Skills. Wait. Die to this bird. Even the bird has a mask on it. You got ninjas chasing after you. Like, this game is... This? My old, least favorite thing that games used to love doing? Some games still do it. Oh man, that was just me. 100% me. My bad. But when you're playing a game, Mega Man has this too, where you're going down a pit and you drop down and the screen has to scroll, and when the screen scrolls, you're not lined up where you're supposed to be. Oh boy. I think that counts as bad game design. I'm not sure though. Oh, I'm all the way back at the first level. Oh, come on. I specifically didn't kill anybody here trying to do a pacifist run on this level. Now they must all die. They're a bomb. Playing old games and this game does it does this thing where you have bombs, and when you play Bomberman, Bomberman shows you a visual indicator of like, alright, this bomb's gonna blow up this direction, whatever. In this game, and not that anybody knows it, but Spelunker, the game that Spelunky is kind of inspired by, they both do this weird thing where like, when you throw a bomb, the bomb has like an impact zone. So you need to know what it is so you can actually get out of the way, and it's super weird. Like, it's hard for me to... As a kid, I didn't understand why I would take damage there, and now it makes sense. It's like, oh, I threw a bomb, I need to run away from it, obviously. Yeah, back then, didn't make any sense. Didn't hit me, what's going on? Let's go. Go. Let's go. Alright, we are. So, somebody made a really good point about these games. Just a thing that's in old games in general. When I play these games now, a lot of times I try to skip the bonus stages. A lot of these bonus stages... I don't know if it's real or not, but it's a conspiracy theory. I'm like, you know what, that does make sense. A lot of the bonus stages that you get in video games that you play as a kid, they are gambling games. Like, that's a straight up slot machine. You go to the levels, you look for coins, and you play slots, and you try to match things up. Somebody was like, well, yeah, they want you to be able to, like, once you hit a certain age, you already know how to play gambling, like casino games. It does make sense. It all lines up. Why would you not pick her? Prettiest one? I was convinced when I was, man, me being dumb, like, making all the wrong choices. I was like, well, I don't need this thing here, this stupid magic carpet. I can fly, I'm the princess. And I remember numerous times picking her and just trying to fly from, like, the side of the screen where I was just on, all the way over to here and just falling instantly. Okay, here. This thing here, this is the room. This is what makes everybody scared of this game. And it keeps following you. It's unsettling. It's so weird. Oh no. Oh no. Oh man. Oh no. Pressure. Making all the exact same mistakes again. The other thing that Strategy Guide was really good for was, like, explaining where, like, certain items were. Because I think if I wanted to do the bonus game, I swear one of these is, oh no, I thought one of those was, little, like, lamp that takes you to the, other dimension or whatever. Steam Deck controls, another thing. The built-in controls, like the D-pad and the buttons themselves, to me, also feel better than the default Switch controls. I don't have one of the Split Pad Pros, the Hori Split Pad Pro, but that's pretty good. Go. Why would you not pick her? You're doing a No Princess Challenge run. Radish is giving me, like, the people's eyebrow. The thing I was talking about before, where you play these old games and they have something like this, where, like, how are you supposed to react to that? It was like, it was sheer luck that I landed on that platform there. But now I know that those are there. So now I know if I die again, you know, about it, but old games had a lot of stuff like screen transitions that screw you. Back then, you'd be like, man, that's hard. Now I'm just like, I think that might kind of... Not 100% sure. Probably let some of that. I remember, kid, we had, what's it called, parent-teacher conference. And I remember my mom was worried about me playing too many video games. Here they rot kids' brains, and I think the teacher, one of the teachers I had, actually made a case. She's like, no, actually, video games, like, they just not, they have kids, like, do, like, critical thinking outside of school on their own. I am moderately interested, only because I like fighting games, but I'm not a big fan of the Budokai games. That looks like it's a little bit closer to that. I'm still interested in seeing. I guess my ultimate test is always the Evo. Aw, jeez. Aw, jeez. Sparking Zero. One of the things that they did that it was a questionable move, but at the same time it actually got me to be like, yeah, alright. I appreciate the audacity of what. And they did one of their like character reveals, the first one, and it was like 8 Gokus. It was like Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Kid Goku. Just all sorts of Gokus. League of Extraordinary Gokus. And there's also 4 Vegetas. So good. I can get behind anything that does something like that. Because that is wild. Oh no! Oh man. Didn't see that coming. Really appreciate the fact that Homeboy has sunglasses. I'm sure I had some sort of weird headcanon. That's actually Chuck E. Cheese. He went rogue. And Chuck E. Cheese, I remember going to a birthday party. And they said the time was like invite only, of course. Time was like gonna be like 8 to 10 or like 7 to 10 or something like that. So I got dropped off at Chuck E. Cheese. This is in the 90s. I'm like maybe 10 years old, 11 years old. Get dropped off at Chuck E. Cheese. My parents gave me like $5 or something like that, if that. And like, go have fun. And like, I had a little present I was bringing my friend to. So, I get there, I see all the kids running around. I found him, like, oh, hey, here's your birthday present. He's like, oh, thanks. He's like, well, what are you going to do? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, we're leaving. I was like, what do you mean you're leaving? And they had changed the plan and decided to go there early. So I was just stuck at Chuck E. Cheese as like a 10-year-old for like 3 hours. Nothing to do. Didn't even have change to call anybody on the payphone. And I was too shy to ask the phone that was built into the place. But man, hell, dude. Never forget that. I think I played through the Simpsons game there. Either Simpsons or Turtles in time. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that nowadays, like that's somehow a lawsuit. Good times. Kid's name was Ryan. Just remember getting there and just being so excited to see all of my friends. We were at an arcade together, some time, and then finding out that they had changed. I didn't get. I did get invited though. Ever, like the one party I got invited to. Most of the time, people to this day, I don't get invited to parties, and I'm very happy about it nowadays. I like. Sometimes people will go through the trouble, and be like, "Oh man, you should come too." No, I'm good. Like, yeah, I figure you're gonna say. Damn straight I am. Give me the option to turn it down. I don't even get the option to turn it down anymore though. All good too. I'll just hang out here with my Mario 2 and my dog. Oh no. Wow, this looks just like real life. Yeah, the strategy guide had an explanation on how to get to all of these things for sure. Or it didn't have the explanation. It just kind of like helped me visualize where stuff was. And I would literally sit there and like trace my finger across it like I was doing a family circus map. Uh-oh. My dog is sleeping. He's in the room. Oh, look at that. Look at that timing, man. That thing almost got me. Unfortunate downside of having the Steam Deck is that I have games on Switch that I'll either rebuy or I just haven't really got to play much of. I bought Shantae. I got the ROM on here, obviously, but I wanted the official version. I wanted to support the developer finally. I had just bought it on Switch recently. I'm going to die. He's trying to get a ring out on me. Alive. Oh shoot, there's a heart. Also a bottomless pit. There's another bottomless pit. We're good. There we go. As I said, it's just gambling. Alright. I don't think I have a back out button for this thing. Just trying to back out of this. Whoops. Hold on, what's this say? It's got my emu deck controls in there. That's why this is acting all interesting. Let's see if I can change these controls. This is if you've never really used PC and you haven't used Steam, this is a Steam feature that is super cool and underrated, and it's the thing that like it didn't exist until Steam Deck or Steam controller existed. Because as you can see, holding this 8-bit do controller, whatever, these two, this one has regular buttons on it. It's got a D-pad, it's got buttons, it's got the sticks and stuff. Steam controller has two trackpads. You got a trackpad here, one over here. This one's got a cross pattern on it, but it still functions as a trackpad. You only have one analog stick too. So it's got two paddles on the back. People would sit there and make controls for that thing to make it work. And if you were willing to do the work, it would be amazing. But a lot of people weren't. A lot of people just wanted to hook up the controller and just have it work magically, because that's how they showed in the trailers. They don't make those controllers anymore, I don't think. But they still have the community layouts for these things. And these are super cool because people will go through here and like just design, just put a ton of time into like making crazy controls that seem like they work for whatever game you have coming on. I don't need this. Do I? Yeah, this person over here, they have set up a hotkey that you hold down, and then by using that, you get like probably a little menu, that radio menu thing in the bottom, to do different things with. Yeah, all the face buttons are the same. I don't know why they don't have R1 and L1. That's suspicious. I wonder. Tune for Ghost Trick. Ew. The left bumper is used for opening the menu. There's kinds of controls that like ruin your muscle memory for stuff. Retro toolbox. Unfortunately, it doesn't show you the hours played with a lot of the like non-Steam games. Actually, leave that alone. I think I might have a Steam installation of RetroArch too. I don't know. I do. This is the Steam installation right here. There we go. I don't know if I'm logged into Retro Achievements on this one. Probably not. Retro Achievements, if you get into emulation on the Steam Deck, it's a really cool thing. It's the thing that shows you the little achievements I was unlocking or already had unlocked there. There's a leaderboard on the website too. I'm assuming this is still loading. Let me hit the home button. Yep. Doing something. User interface. I think it's under hotkeys. Steam. There's Steam settings. RetroPad binds, menu controls. Is this it? Nope. What is this? I don't remember what the thing is. I'm looking for a thing that shows you. Oh, duh. It's right here. Hotkey enable. Menu toggle. So when you press these two buttons here, this makes the menu pop up. It's interesting because these are usually designed to be controls that you don't normally press at the same time, but some of them you do. Like if you play Dreamcast games, if you press start and select, or I think it's all the face buttons and start or something that resets games. A lot of PS2 games, you start and select to get back to the main menu. L1, R1 seems kind of common. Start and select, hold those down. Down and select seems useful. I don't ever remember it, so I'll just go with this. Save that as that. Settings. Configuration. I think I'm good. I think it's hopefully just saves it. Probably not. Oh wait, there we go. Save current configuration. Video. Scaling, I think. Or provided. Yes. Full. Alright, let me save that too. I love doing this. I'm playing games at this this full thing still occasionally makes me feel sick. See if I can remember where this stuff is. I think mount is SD card. My problem is I can never remember where I have all these ROMs at. Once I find one, I'm good. These are like default folders that were made. I don't have stuff in all of these. There's nothing in here, obviously. There's emulation. Another ROMs folder. I don't want to scan all of the folders because I have too many games. So I'm just trying to scan the Nintendo games right now if I can find them. There we go. So right now, it's scanning the games. This is going to add them to my library as long as I have the cores for them. With the Steam version of RetroArch, if you were to download it, yeah, the setting I just made applies to everything, but you can do an override per game or per core. So say if you want to stretch every single game out to full screen, and then maybe you have like, I don't know, Final Fantasy VII for the PS1, and you want that game to look different, you could go and like you could load that game up and then make separate settings and then save it for that game specifically. So every time it loads, it uses those settings as an override. Yeah, there we go. Now I can finally play. I'm not playing Beatles. Blades of Steel. Does this have the voice? I think this one has the voice. Beautiful. This looks so realistic. Yeah, RetroArch is I think I'm not playing. Confused for a second there, the way that everything just sort of stopped. RetroArch is one of those things that people complain about learning. Like, you know, they're like, oh, it's super hard to figure out. And it can be kind of like finicky. You can change things that look different. But once you figure it out, the cool thing about RetroArch is like, I have RetroArch on the Steam Deck, obviously. I've got it on my PC. I have it on my arcade one-up over here. I have it on my phone, like straight up on my phone here. I've got handhelds that have it. I have a Chromecast that has it installed. And once you set it up the first time, you figure out how it works, and it works the same way across all the devices. So it's super cool. Like, I think it's worthwhile. Again, it's a thing that you have to gotta learn, or don't. It's, to me, it's like the easiest thing to go with. Or you can use something like a deck or probably that Battlesera thing. Minnesota versus Toronto. This doesn't make any difference. These teams don't have stats in this game. When I was a kid, I was convinced that this looked realistic. That's it. For Metal Slug, you're going to have a headache, small headache. You need a thing, BIOS file. But once you get that, all Neo Geo games will work fine. It's just trying to remember that. You'll go to load it and it'll give you an error message. But again, there's plenty of guides that show you how to like get all of it. There's one of the biggest emulation sites actually just went away like within the last week, I think. I had just heard a podcast with a guy. Oh man. Vim's Lair. See, the guy that runs it, I never really used the site much, but the guy that runs it was saying that or the guy that started it at least, he was saying that he went out of his way to make sure that it didn't have any ROMs on it, or that specific reason. Like, they would have like homebrew games on it, but it wouldn't be like straight up ROMs. Homebrew stuff, you know, KKK Mario back in the day. Go. Oh man. Good. So one of the things that makes this game hard, your players, you are controlling your players, whatever player is flashing and the goalie at the same time. So when they start coming towards you, you can move left and right, you can move up and down too, but you're moving your goalie, and the shot, like when the other team is taking a shot, it automatically goes up and down, but it's from that angle. So if they're at the bottom of the screen, they're shooting like up towards the top corner, they're going to shoot it from there. if the arrow is facing at the same spot, but the top of the screen, it's going to differently. Ah, see right there, I was busy trying to stop them from shoot, but been focusing on. I forgot how NES ice hockey works. All I remember about that game is that you can play as the fat guy and the skinny guy. Fat guy, if he hits the skinny guy, will like win that collision every single time. Oh man, dropping the ball. These Canadian teams over here, man. Oh, luck. Man, that was literally right behind him. I thought it was actually going to hit his leg from where the... Take it. Only playing the first period. Oh man, I got it. Oh, look at that too. Oh, what a recovery. Oh my goodness. High game. Oh man. I finished Resident Evil 7 like probably like 5 or 6 times. I just haven't played it in a while. Yeah, I like him. I actually bought that Alone in the Dark remake, whatever you want to call it. Came out this year. I haven't really played much of it though. Bought it. Actually, part of the reason I haven't played a ton of it is because I wanted to play it on the Steam Deck. It works pretty good on there. It's just the Steam Deck has a questionable battery life with some, which is fair. You're talking about games that just came out this year. Oh no. Sudden death. They have a, what's it called? Is it Zamboni or whatever that comes out here? What if that went in though? Thank goodness that there's no icing or anything in this game, folks. Oh, the poke. Beautiful. Good. Good, we're good, we're good. Right. Oh no. Seven should run pretty good on there. I think Village does too, from what I haven't tried it myself. When when seven came out, I don't remember why. I just didn't have internet at the time. Um, I ended up I took my computer to this guy's house I was working for. He needed me to like do some cleaning. And I had asked him before I did it. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna come clean up your house. Do you mind if I bring my computer over?" I brought my entire PC over, download that game. Dang. Day one. But I ended up playing it in offline mode, and because I had nothing else to do, I just played the game over and over and over. Street Fighter 6, if you lower the settings, runs great. Because this is the same engine, so I'm assuming if this works pretty good, um, yeah, Resident Evil should work fine. The only RE engine game I've seen that hasn't worked all that well on the Steam Deck is Dragon's Dogma 2. That game had issues on the PC. Oh boy. Another benefit, a thing that I keep thinking about that I'm going to use that I haven't been able to is so hitbox thingy. This is the Hot Pad or something like that. Hot 42 J15, I believe. It's on Amazon for like $80. I use fight sticks. I cannot use a controller to play 2D fighting games to save my life. So I have to use fight sticks, and I've seen people using hitboxes for years, and I've always wanted to try one out, but they go for like I feel like 200 or more. I'm not going to spend that much to try something out that I might not like, and I don't know anybody else that uses them. So I got this. This hooks up. If you get a dock for the Steam Deck, you can use USB devices or a USB hub or whatever you want to get. That's what I'm using right now to stream this, or you can just plug the thing in directly to the port that's on there, as long as USB-C to USB-C. So, like this thing right here, if I wanted to, I could technically put this in the car and just bring this with me. If somebody starts talking shit, if I'm out in the streets and somebody's like, "Hey man, hey, you look like somebody I could beat up in Street Fighter," I'd be like, "All right, let's go." What do you mean? Go right here and I can pull out the Steam Deck and bam, good to go. Story mode. I bought the season pass. I had to get the season pass for Street Fighter because I like Street Fighter. The only game I have a season pass for is Mortal Kombat 1. Usually what I'll do is I'll just buy the characters as they come out, fighting games. If I'm interested in somebody, I'll just buy them. But I felt like I should get this. Felt on brand. So this section here is running at I think 30 frames per second, but I have it set for once you get into a match, it shoots up to 60. But again, I lowered the graphics. You can probably adjust stuff if you want to make it run. What was most important for me was making sure the game ran properly, and I got as much battery life out of it.
I went around and released a bunch of the other test subjects, just like me. I wasn't looking to make friends or anything, but
Am I supposed to believe that's Who is that?
I wanted to give them a taste of freedom, like I'd had.
Okay, there are two different people. That's supposed to be Ed? Is Ed Bridget? Who is that?
The moment I first met them, I knew.
That's a monkey.
Something had brought all of us together. A deeper connection. Friends, team, partners, bonds, whatever you want to call it. There was something between us that only we could understand, and that kept us together. We knew that there were still more of us out there, though.
I think that's cool to do with the Steam Deck. Just for your own knowledge. There's a subreddit for it, but there's also this site, I think it's like ProtonDB. It's proton.db or maybe it's protondb.com. That shows a list of all the games that people have tried. You will find games that say they're unsupported that work totally fine. It's just like one small thing, like, oh, you have to like click on this thing on the I showed a friend. He grew up playing. He said he grew up playing Mortal Kombat, but his first one was like. So I showed him 2 and 3, and he's seen them before. I think he might have messed around with them, but he's like, "Where's the move list?" I was like, "Back in my day, we didn't have move lists. You had to get it from a video game magazine, or get it at the arcade."
And there was one thing for us to do.
Which is how it used to work, even Street Fighter. Mortal Kombat had those dumb fatalities where it's like 3/4 of a screen away. Press up 3 times and then down and low kick without jumping. And you're like, what?
But Shadaloo had a ton of those messed up hideouts all over the place. It wasn't gonna be easy. No doubt we'll have to take care of the trash left over.
I think Mortal Kombat 1 is one of those games that doesn't run perfect on this Steam. I do believe it works. Sorry, I think the PC version of Mortal Kombat 1 definitely works better on the Steam Deck than the Switch version runs. So from what
The ties that bind
that might have been patched by now. I do believe the Switch version
even in death.
issues. Like it wasn't just pop in; it was like the frame rate would just randomly drop in matches too. You'll see people whenever a fighting game comes up, they'll be complaining. They'll be like, "Oh man, game only runs at 60 frames per second. I've got a 300 frame per second monitor." But fighting games are designed to run at 60 frames per second. It's like animation priorities and stuff. It's wild how different they made this character between the two games. In the last game, it's not that he's still a boxer. He just functions differently from how he. The last game, Ed was designed as a character like in fighting games. You've got quarter circles, half circles, 360 charge characters, or whatever. Ed was like, what if instead of having to charge a button, instead you just had to press like, you hold 2 punches down for a second, you release them, and then that does one move. 2 kicks, light punch and hard kick. It was a really cool idea. All he has now that's like that is, if you press these 2 buttons here, it's his dash, which does open him up for like other moves. I think it's pretty cool they changed him up though. It's not what I would have expected. worthwhile. Yeah, I haven't touched any of the DLC characters. Besides Akuma, just because he's Akuma. Just wanted to make sure he was still the same. I thought Fang in the last game, the guy with the super skinny dude with like the long hat and loose gloves. The girl in this is kind of like him, but she also functions differently. Yeah, they made a lot of small changes with like the new. I don't know how Rashid is. Tried him yet? I didn't really play as him in Street Fighter 5 though. So. There were people that were complaining about Cammy's design being woke, but then somebody was like, "Man, you could say that, but she has like ass jiggle physics now, which she didn't have before." It's in her win pose. Her clothes are also, before, you know, she had all the open skin, but it's like her clothes are almost like tighter now. I don't know, it depends. For a long time it was Zangief, but Street Fighter 5 and 6 both took, like, he doesn't have his green hand anymore. If I go play old Street Fighter, I'll go back to Zangief. Blanca. This one, I don't know, I haven't really decided. Yeah, I had thought about putting Street Fighter 4 on here. I think I had 5 and 6 on here at one point. Then I had 6 and Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8. He's gone. Out training somewhere. I don't know what his story was. It's weird how they'll make up a thing. Like, oh, this character's dead, so they can't be in the game now. You sure about that? Bison, I think, was definitely 5, but he's coming back. It's something really funny about playing the game, and it's like you fight, you go to the stages. It's like Ed versus Ryu, Ed versus Kimberly, Ed versus Truck. Jury is a character I like playing, but she's also, I feel like she's slightly different between each version. I like characters that are too complicated for me to use, so I have more of an excuse to lose. If I get a character like Ryu, I'm like lost. Like, I just got outplayed. If I have a character like Jury, I'm like, oh, you know what? I thought I had this move charged up, but I didn't. Still got outplayed, but you know, I was thinking about 10 other things there. Ran out of stamina. Amazing. What a counter. What a counter. good. I don't know what that did. Something. Trying to just back out of this. Let's see. I didn't mean to hit continue. I thought that said something about menu. It's not. On her life bar, top right corner of the screen, she's got the yin yang. That is her charging up her different kicks. In the other games, if you played Street Fighter 4, I think you had to like charge up each move. Like you'd have to do like a quarter circle and like light kick, and then hold that button down, and when you released it, it would release the move. This game lets you just kind of like charge up like 3 different things. So that way, if you want to just use like 3 hard kicks in a row, you can do that. Even on low graphics settings, I think this game still looks really cool. We get it, you're twisted, but would you stop with the freaking trolling already?
Nice shot.
As I kept searching, I realized something was off. Something or someone was moving behind the scenes. Who the hell are you?
Ah, yes. I suppose our paths never truly crossed. I was in control of Shadaloo's financial affairs. The pleasure is all mine, Ed.
I heard all of Shadaloo's top brass turned tail after Bison died, but you still swear loyalty to a hollowed out shell. What the hell are you planning?
Since you ask so nicely, among the scattered remnants of Shadaloo, a movement has started that would place you as the new head of the organization.
What?
Neo Shadaloo, was it now? Suffice to say, you do meet the requirements to be the heir to Bison's throne.
Cut the bullshit! Why the hell do you want that?
There's something funny about how angry he is.
Say something! I'm not gonna be anyone's pawn. You hear me? We are gonna live our lives our way!
He's got to voice act the shit out of that line.
Let's go! Ring the bell!
An honor, to be sure. Round 1. Fight. I am not your enemy.
Nope. Gun with the JP combos over here. By him, I mean me. Uh-oh. Boy, he was out of range for my grab. Oh no! Oh man. I thought he was in range. Nope. Low tier god using most high tier character in the game and complaining about people that are actually using low tier god or low tier characters is one of my favorite things. He has a different follow-up for that move right there, his dash punch thing, depending on where you are, like, in the animation. Shoot. I don't even know where I got hit from. I think I was going for the, drive impact thing or whatever, and, chip damage through it. You just have to attack her. She doesn't know how to block. Man, I should have used the super right there. All good. My goal right now is to not get drive impacted back in the corner. This might actually do something there. Got him. It's so weird. He's only been in 2 games. He's been in 5 and 6. And he plays different between the 2 games. Like, they changed his entire move set, not in a way of like, oh, they took out his moves. I mean, I'm sure they did that too, but he's got actual quarter circle moves and stuff now. He's a tricky tactile character.
We had a name.
Definitely say that about him.
They call us Neo Shadaloo. Leftovers of the original Shadaloo are dead set on making me Bison's successor. Then you have punks like JP scheming away in the shadows. I say, bring it on. If that's their game, then we'll give this Neo Shadaloo thing a go. But we'll run the table. We'll set the rules. If we're doing this, we're doing it my way.
Okay then. You know, it's interesting. Okay, they have the characters right there. What's interesting about this is I feel like season 5 or whatever, season 1 for Street Fighter 6 Brain melted right there. Plays it pretty safe with the characters that you unlock. And with a weird baby. Is that a dolphin? There is a dolphin in there. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna save that one for later. Okay. Let's see. Going to training. I just need to see. Alright, so the characters that they added for season 1 seem pretty safe. People are really unhappy the fact that they didn't give you all of the stages for a season. Like if you buy the season pass or whatever, you only get the characters. I don't even think you get all the costumes either. So new character, new character. This whole top row, new characters. Character. That's pretty good. What is that? 7 new characters in this game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not too bad in terms of, returning characters. She's new, kind of. She's a tricky tactile character. Rashid was in the last game. She's replacing Fang. You got Ed, who was in the last game. You got Akuma, of course. Like, the next season, there was in 2 Fatal Fury characters. That is wild. But I don't know. I think some people would rather see new characters, but at the same time, you'll have people out there being like, you guys need to put Armika in the game, so. Ease of use, easy. I think Chun-Li is rated as hard to use because she does like no damage. It also has a lot of things that, like, in order to get the most out of it, you have to do like a full. But in that case, like, Jamie should fit in the same thing too. Looking at the characters that are ranked as close range. Me. Of course, he's a wrestler. I don't know. Akuma doesn't seem as fun as he has been in the. He's still, there's still videos of people doing ridiculous things out there with him. He's usually the character I like to pick in a game where I'm like, I just want to see if things work. He doesn't seem like he has a lot of that. His head takes up the entire versus screen. Beard they've been. I don't know if he has his I'm sure he has his rage. Right? That's a requirement. That's a legal requirement. Must be another input. Game is broken. Man list. That's still there. Oh, it has to be. Oh, that's a nice change. You can't just do it. I've got so many flashbacks of playing like other Street Fighter games where he just starts off like a round with like a level 3 bar and the person just goes for it instantly. He's got to be at 25% less. So it's like a desperation move. What is combo practice? So I want to do that. We will randomly switch between sure. I haven't really messed around with these settings yet. If you're using Akuma, it's because he's the raging demon. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. Gotta be something you can go over this. There we go. Yeah, there is. Again, it's a bummer because I think you have to buy the costume, but he has his regular costume. Then you have to purchase, I believe. Which again, if you buy the season pass, you would assume that you would get some of this stuff. But frame meter and you. No, he looks fine in his normal costume. I don't have it, so I can't demonstrate what it looks like. From what I've seen, it looks like a regular costume. It's really weird. Street Fighter 5 and 6 have both given him the crazy look. Press start. Costumes. You can see a demo of what the costumes look like. Outfit 3. Disc on it. Lily outfit 3 looks like a Monster Hunter character. I kind of like that. almost would make me want to play as her. Oh, geez, you can hear. What is this? Ryu. Whatever, man. Blanca-chan. Guile with straight hair. Ken looking like counterfeit Vega. All right, this is cool. This is like a free to play game I've seen on my phone on every single website, or I go to load up a YouTube video. And given a suit, approve. I'll see him. That's cool. There it is. There it is. Look, it's just the regular costume. I'm using what's it called? Everything is it's normal here. Got a weird pose, but it's normal. There were people. Man, Kimberly's outfit. Her other outfit, I think. Oh, do I have drive tickets? I don't use this character because she's just different enough from Guy to throw me off. But if I did, this is the outfit I would do. Probably this right here. Black and yellow. That's pretty cool too. Pimp name Slickback. Oh, it's really funny seeing classic character designs in here because this looks weird. This looks so out of place for some reason. I can't tell you what it is. It just doesn't seem right. It's like when you see Jax, like the Jax assist that they use in Mortal Kombat 1, and it looks like a old style character. How you? If she didn't have the weird glasses, this would actually look. The glasses give her this like weird bug eye look. This is the other Akuma. Jamie's outfit looks like his other outfit. Probably looks different. Yeah. Yes. I'm looking like a dead or alive character that was hanging out with what's her name? Actually, what's that girl's name? Is it Elizabeth from King of Fighters 13 that I use? Usually use the green color too. That's cool. That's a completely different character here. This is the character that would be like in some 90s Capcom game. Is that what that is? You're right. It is Ibuki's. That's crazy. Yep, she would be in a 90s Capcom game called Street Fighter 3. This is the one that this looks a lot. Yeah, I think this is like a default Monster Hunter. Not the exact same thing because they wear like shorter shorts that are tight, but definitely has that Monster Hunter look. What is this? should have clicked on all the characters. This is. I don't need this. Strongly disagree. What the fuck is this? I can probably find this somebody doing this exact pose right now on Twitch. Giving her the bra here gives her more contrast, but this is still weird. What? James Brown. This Cammy outfit. It's not the exact same thing because she had her other outfit on underneath it. But if you ever see the Street Fighter 2 anime that came out in like the early 90s, like the really good one, she wears an outfit like this when she shows up in the thing. I don't know what this is. He looks like in this outfit right here, he looks like he would be in some fucking Michael Dudikoff movie. Like I don't know. American Warrior. There we go. Close enough. Close enough. A double dragon. Honda on vacation. I mean, I guess so. I don't really feel like he can get a lot of stuff out of the sumo wrestling. I want to see if he has. No, I'm not gonna buy. Have the blue color. Hell. Oh, we're almost there. See, pretty boy Guile. My man is going through hard times right here. Oh my goodness. Wow. It's his pose. It's his pose. Like he's hunched over, just like. It kind of ruins the entire costume. It could look cool if he wasn't in that pose. Ends the front man for some problematic. Especially this right here. He just needs a head. Best costume. Best dressed by far from what I've seen. The thumbnail looks better than the costume does itself. This is pretty. Still pretty good. That's really cool. The colors on this thing, I guess probably because my graphics are low. The colors on this one pop a lot. It's like Mark. Unintentional. Like that one. Got a soft spot for the Zangief has like, or sorry, Dhalsim has like skin. This I think is pretty neat. Well, these are on sale, but how disappointing, man. If you want to get the music from the games, they have Street Fighter. What is? Does this let you see? Um, okay, all right. At least you can see it. The fact that they split up the themes between Volume One and Volume Two, kind of lame. That's cool. All right, we're good. Okay, let's see. Yep, game is great. Street Fighter 6 is really cool. I'll just pass the heck out. Let's see. Turn the volume up my just my speakers. Hear the music. Turns out it doesn't matter. See if this works. These are the end times. Here's what we will do. That's what I'll do. I know what this is trying to do. Sucks. Throwing everything else off. Alright. Soon you'll die horribly, no one will mourn you, and you will swiftly be forgotten. Swiftly. Everything will have been for nothing. Sticking to. First things first, you can zoom. Get rid of this. Are you serious? Pushing in the left stick is right mouse button. Obviously. Oh wow. Are the hunting? This one? I don't know what my buttons are. And I don't have a C button. Hmm. And I love cheap viewers. One thing I always say, I love cheap viewers. What is this? Well, Juan likes this. It must be good. Sure. I load out. I don't. Sucks, man. Play button. Oh man, I gotta figure out these controls. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop. 3:30. 3 hours and 33 minutes. Anyway, you guys have a good night, and I will see you later. I'll probably be back on Monday. Monday now, but later in the day. We'll see how it goes. Peace.